Hello everyone, welcome to the channel again. My name is Ritanshu and I'm going to demo you how to create a virtual machine on Azure. So let's go to the Azure portal, go to the home and just see the virtual machines and click on the create. So here are the basic details you have to provide when you are going to create a virtual machine. We will try to understand each and every attribute associated while creating the virtual machine. So first we have to provide the subscription. All the subscription, whatever is attached to your account will be listed here and you can create a resource or you can create a virtual machine under those. Resource group is a collection of resources which meet same permissions, same kind of life cycle, permissions, life cycle and policies. Like suppose you have a dev environment, you have a UAT environment, you have a production environment. So one environment, the resource need for one environment can come under one resource. So if you have any resource group, it will be listed here. Otherwise, you can create new one. So I'm just creating a new one. Just demo. So virtual machine name is demo. So the reason I'm going to select Asia Center so that the performance will be faster because it will be nearest where I'm sitting. So it completely depends on where your client is located and what is the server and the things are available at this time. But it always recommended to choose a nearby location for increased performance. Availability options. Then we have to select an image, what kind of OS you need. We have a multiple options for Linux, for Windows Server, for the Oracle, but almost all the OS whatever is in the market will be listed here. I'm just going to select a Windows Server. As you select the server, the price will be loading here. So on the basis of the size, you can increase or decrease the price. If you need a spot instance, you can check this box. All the sizes if you want to see, just click on there. You can see the sizes and the cost per unit. So it is loading. I have just selected a default. Now we have to provide a username and password for our virtual machine. We have to provide an inbound port rules. So inbound port rules, what port you want to open for this virtual machine. We have RDP, SSH, HTTPS or HTTP. If you are going to deploy any application on HTTP or HTTPS, we have to open this both the port for the public. Otherwise, currently I'm just opening the RDP so that we can connect and see how the things are being installed there. When we deploy the web applications at that point of time, we will be opening HTTP and HTTPS. SSH is mostly for the Linux. So if you have any other license or any existing license, you can mention it here. Now I am going for the storage configurations. If you see, we have a different type of a disk. On the basis of that, the price will be decided. If you want a premium SSD or standard SSD, standard hard disk, for every configuration, the price will be different. And according to your need, you can set. If you want storage to be encrypted, that also options is available. So whatever the options you are thinking for creating a machine, when you are bringing a computer or server in your premise and you are configuring all the configurations is available in form of attributes while creating the virtual machine. Suppose you want encryption type, you want existing disk to be attached with that machine, or you want that machine to be network within some network. That all the options is available in form of attribute while creating the virtual machine. So see, here we have an option if you want to create a disk or any existing disk you want to attach with them. We have an advanced option for a managed disk. Suppose whatever the storage you are creating it here, it can be on a different machine, different location, whatever it is. As per the availability of the Azure, this is going to be managed by the Azure page. Azure, not you. But when you are selecting the manage this, the disk will be available on your machine, on the virtual machine, on the same machine where the virtual machine has been created. So just click on the networking. We can see a new virtual network has been created because I was not having any existing one. The subnet will be created. The public IP you can choose if you want. You can give a standard IP, you can give a basic IP, or you can give a static or dynamic. All the options is available. So as I told, all the options, whatever you can think while creating the machine in premises, all the options will be available in form of attribute here. So here I have inbound code for the RDP. For load balancing also you can provide, but I'm just unchecking that. Manage in the management tab, if you go, if you want to see the boot diagnostic and all, you can enable or disable. I'm just disabling that. If you want to give an identity server, that you can check. If you want to integrate with Azure AD, you can check this box. Auto shutdown. Suppose any machine you don't want that to be running on some specific time, or if you want that should be shut down on a specific time if you forgot, then you can enable this and provide the time. So I'm just providing the time 1 a.m. because 1 a.m. to 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. anyway I'm not going to use that. So if we forget any day to shut down this machine, it will be automatically shut down. Backup site recovery, it comes under the backup and disaster recovery. So if you want that machine to be backed up, you can check this machine. If you want that to be a disaster recovery, that also you can check it. I'm just ignoring these attributes at this point of time to the advanced options. So if you want to install any extension, any new feature or any antivirus protection kind of these things, if you want to install, this will come under the extension. Now host web. While generating the virtual machine, we have two categories, generation 1 and generation 2. Generation 2 game supports features such as UEFI based on boot architecture, increased memory, and OS disk size limits. Now, 2-3 years back, Azure has introduced Generation 2 to support the enhanced performance. I can tag all the resources. Tagging is something like how we are tagging the site, how we are tagging our post or Twitter post. So the same way we can tag our resource. So I'm just tagging under the test demo. So just review and create. The cost is per hour 9 So Linux system cost will be less compared to Windows 7. So you can see these are the things that will create. Just clicking on the create, and it will take some time to create the resources. While creating the resources, let's try to understand what all things will be created. As we discussed in the previous video, use case that suppose if you want to deploy a web application, you have to create your own infrastructure. You have to purchase a hard disk, you have to purchase a storage, you have to purchase a computers, you have to purchase a network administrative devices. But while in the Azure, you have a very ready-made solution, and with some click, you can create that infrastructure with very less time. As you see, when your deployment will be completed, you will be notified. You can see the notification, deployment succeeded, and go to the resource. So when we go to the resource, we can see what the public IP address, what is the operating system, what is the size of that, what is the location, what is the status, resource, what all the attributes we have set it up. You can see it here. And what all the default features has been provided, that also you can see. What is the plan? We can test the connectivity in the connect tab. So if you remember, we have opened the port for the RDP. So I'm just downloading the RDP file, and we can test our connection from here also. Just go here and provide which port you are going to test. So by default, RDP is for this port. If you have configured on another port, you can always modify test connection. In the meantime, just clicking on the RDP also. So if you see network connectivity is around, I'm just connecting it from RDP also. Just providing password. So here you can see we are I'm able to connect on that particular machine. So this is all about how to create a virtual machine and take RDP for that particular machine. That's how for creating the virtual machine. In the next video, I'm going to demo how to install IDS on the Windows